What's next? Oh, talking to myself. So are you talking to yourself, buddy? What's good? It's like you're talking to yourself, is it?
Well, Talking to Myself was a very, very old song
Yeah.
called Aurora with the old band Antidotes. And we recorded it like years ago.
On my phone the other day. It was 4 years ago.
Yeah. We had the song going for years. We played it a couple of times live. Because we never released it, we felt that we could actually take that song
In the back pocket.
Yeah, and apply it somewhere else.
Originally when we did that, actually, that was my first time ever in a recording studio. I had no worries what I would have done like a lot of things differently, so at least we got to have the chance to go back to the song and do it again.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, okay, I can get way better bass tone and just kind of play it a lot better.
Yeah, like I don't know if it's the fact that I wasn't involved in the writing process for this song and I can kind of take myself away from that and just like enjoy it from a different perspective, but this is definitely my favourite song on the EP. Especially when Craig came in, it's just so creative, you know, rhythmically what he decides to do and the places that he decides to actually like deliver on, and all the different tone changes he has in the song. It's so dynamic and it's incredible.
I loved I was the last kid sitting in detention scratching out my name upon the surface of the desk. Kids never really liked me, so I always felt neglected. That kind of line, it's like it's real visual. I think that's what I love about some of your lyrics. It's like I visualize it. It's not just I'm hearing it, you know what I mean?
See, yeah.
So it's like you know, you're that kid and you're literally scratching it, you know what I mean?
It's quite emotional and kind of heartfelt, like everything that's gone into it, you know? Like I definitely did draw from some of my darker moments, you know what I mean? To write it.
When we were recording this, I remember being really like hell bent on making sure there was some like vulnerability in the performance. Like I remember kind of like making sure like, oh, if there's a comp, I want to hear like Craig's voice breaking up, or you know what I mean?
I really like that that kind of element of it. I wanted this to feel like what my head feels like when I'm in one of those dark times that I mentioned. You know what I mean? I wanted this to be like raw emotion and for the listener to feel it. It feels like I don't have a home no more. I'll give you all my wealth if you just. You know what I mean? I think everybody's felt like that. Everyone's been at a breaking point where they felt like what's going on? I can't do this. You know what I mean?
In terms of kind of my contributions to this piece, I guess there was just that outro, which was done on the day that we recorded the spoken word, so I was feeling kind of jazzy and I wanted to try and come up with some kind of interesting kind of arpeggios, just some cool chord voicings for that outro. The one other thing was I thought that we could use a lift in the second verse, so I went away and was messing with some kind of patches, some different synth sounds, and I came up with this kind of combination.
it's like I'm talking to myself as if like I'm a fucking therapist, and I'm like asking myself for help, and like, you know what I mean? Like there are things that we can do to help ourselves, and very often we don't do them. And I think talking to myself is confronting that, but also it's the idea that like I'm talking to myself because no one else will listen or no one else understands.
Yeah.
You know, and it's that feeling of being isolated from the world in that sense. Like if you ever felt so low and so dark and like that you honestly don't feel like you could convey your feelings to anyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
That there's nobody that you think would listen or would understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're kind of getting yourself down. You're talking to yourself. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I was going with this one. Most meaningful times I've ever had making music is when somebody's messaged me and said, "Oh man, I heard that song. Like I've been going through this and it really helped me through that." So like they're just thanking me for writing a song that I wrote 5 years ago, and like it's happened to me a few times, and I'm, like every time it just like totally humbles me. Like everything that I put into my music just melts away. All the numbers, bullshit melts away. All the money melts away. Everything is just, it's like, wow, okay, that's what this is
about. It's about connection, like.
And yeah, I think we should all just be there for each other, man. I think that's my main fucking message is with talking to myself, is even if there's somebody you don't like, if they've like political opinions you don't like, or they've stuff that they do in their life that you don't like, you know, like that's still a person, and you're still intrinsically connected to them whether you'd like to be or not.
Yeah.
So it's important how we talk to each other, how we treat each other, you know. I think in today's age people forget that, because we're all connected through, we're all communicating through proxies. We're not communicating like me and you are now.
Yeah, yeah.
More often than not, and you just lose a bit of the humanity in it. And I think it's just important to retain that, you know.
Fucking up the nose of the session. Everybody's falling to the depths by their own hand. Happiness is so black, give me the depression. I was a lost kid sitting in detention, scratching out my name upon the surface of the desk. Kids never really loved me, so I always felt neglected. And if somebody bullied me, I'd